In Injustice for All, 1979, Al Pacino stars in a scathing critique of the American judicial system, exploring themes such as morality, corruption, and the pursuit of justice amid bureaucracy and self-promotion. The script delivers a complex and sometimes distressing portrayal of the dilemmas faced by legal professionals. To illustrate this reality, the film introduces us to Ralph, a cross-dresser who faces constant humiliation, not only from inmates but also from the prison system. In this environment, we meet Arthur Kirkland, brilliantly portrayed by Al Pacino, a lawyer imprisoned for contempt after punching Judge Fleming. It is here that our story begins. Arthur is not an ordinary lawyer. He is not seeking fame or fortune, but justice for those who need it most, even if it means taking on cases no one else wants, for little or no financial return. However, his commitment to ethics is brutally tested when he is pressured to defend Judge Fleming himself, accused of a grave crime, rape. Fleming, known for his rigidity and lack of empathy, represents Arthur's complete opposite. When Arthur refuses to take the case, he soon realizes that in the legal world, choices are not always free. To protect his career and reputation, Arthur is forced to accept the case, even though it goes against all his principles. Meanwhile, his life begins to crumble. His friend and colleague, Jay, is on the verge of a mental breakdown, consumed by guilt for helping a client he knew was guilty escape conviction. Seeking support, Arthur turns to Sam, his grandfather and moral anchor amid the chaos. Even this is not enough to alleviate his growing frustration with the manipulation and neglect of justice. Arthur confronts not only systemic flaws, but also his moral boundaries and emotional resilience. Each decision plunges him further into an ethical and psychological maze, where the lines between right and wrong become increasingly blurred. The film masterfully explores the paradox between strictly following the law and seeking true justice. Fleming represents the rigidity of the rules, even when it leads to morally questionable decisions, as in the case of Ralph, neglected by the system, or Jeff, unjustly imprisoned due to mistaken identity. In contrast, Arthur struggles to find a balance between legality and morality, often questioning whether this balance is truly achievable. Another central theme is the ethics of legal practice. Arthur faces profound dilemmas about his responsibility as a lawyer. He even breaks client confidentiality to expose a dangerous client, but instead of being acknowledged for his ethical courage, he is punished by the system. This issue is exemplified by Jay's breakdown, which symbolizes the emotional burden of defending clients he knows to be guilty. The dehumanization by the system is another powerful theme. Ralph and Jeff are reduced to mere numbers in an impersonal process, and Ralph's tragic fate reinforces the devastating impact of this neglect. Corruption within the system is evident in prosecutor Frank Bowers, more interested in his professional advancement than in the truth, and in Judge Fleming himself, who manipulates the rules for his own benefit. This raises a disturbing question: who is truly protecting justice? Another key character is Judge Rayford, who, despite being more humane than Fleming, is trapped in a cycle of self-destruction and apathy. He symbolizes the loss of faith in the system and represents another extreme of corruption, resignation and lack of purpose rather than ill intentions. Al Pacino's performance is masterful, especially in the film's climax, when Arthur delivers a powerful courtroom monologue exposing the hypocrisy and absurdity of the system. This scene marks the emotional peak of a film that remains profoundly relevant decades later, raising pressing questions about ethical dilemmas and the nature of justice. Thus, Injustice for All is more than a film. It is an invitation to deep reflection. Can law and morality truly coexist in an imperfect system? And at what cost do we dare to seek justice amidst corruption and bureaucracy? These questions resonate far beyond the screens, sparking discussions about the role of each individual within and outside the system. How far would you go to fight for justice? And do you believe the system needs urgent reform? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to send this video to someone who enjoys a thought-provoking debate. See you next time.